Good evening and welcome to today's edition of GFA News with me, Zainab Abubakar Bamba. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube at Ghana Football Association. Coming up in today's edition, head coach Otto Addo names Black Stars squad. GFA Foundation and Ghana Prisons project launched in Accra. The 2023-2024 Malta Guinness Women's Premier League comes to an end. We will look at how the season wrapped up in both zones. We have the details of this and many more. Do join us after the break. Head coach of the Black Stars, Otto Addo, has named his squad to face Mali and the Central African Republic in June 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Black Stars coach has selected 26 players for the double header, which starts with a trip to Bamako against the Eagles on June 6th, before returning home to battle the Central African Republic in Kumasi on June 10th.
The goalkeepers, we have Lawrence Ziggy from Zangalen. We have Joseph Wallacott from Hibernian. We have Frederick Asare from Asante Kotoko. Defenders, we have Gideon Menza from Auxerre. Ebenezer Annan from Novi Pazar. Mohamed Salisu as Monaco. Jerome Opoku from Başakşehir, Istanbul. Then we have Abdul Mumin from Rayo Vallecano. Alexander Djikou from Fenerbahce, Istanbul. We have Alidou Seydou from Stade Rennes. We have Tariq Lamte from Brighton and Hove. In the midfield, we have Mohamed Kudus from West Ham United. We have Ernest Nouama from Olympique Lyon. We have Salis Abdul Samit from RC Lens. We have Ibrahima Sulemana from Cagliari. We have Thomas Partey from Arsenal. We have Edmond Addo from Radnitsky Nice. We have Elisha Owusu from AG Auxerre. We have Abu Francis from Cercle Bruges. And then remaining the forwards, we have Osman Bukhari from Red Star Belgrade. We have Abdul Fattah Ishiwaku from Leicester City. Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth. We have Jordan Ayew from Crystal Palace. We have Ibrahim Osman from FC Nordirland. We have Kamaldeen Sulemana from FC Southampton. And we have Brendan Thomas Asante from West Bromwich Albion.
The GFA Foundations and Ghana Prisons project was officially launched in Accra. This is an initiative that seeks to use the power of football to promote the well-being, the welfare and reformation of inmates of Ghana's prisons into society. While expressing gratitude to the Ghana Football Association, the Director General of Prisons, Isaac Kofi Ejiri, commended the sterling leadership of President Kurt Edwin Simon Okraku for the visionary initiative which aims to enhance the well-being of both officers and inmates.
This special project between the FA and the Prison Service obviously was born out of a visit by the FA Foundation team to the Nsawam Medium Security Prison Service as a result of a number of requests by local prisons to the FA for football equipment and logistics. This Football for Development initiative aims to use the power of association football to promote the well-being, welfare, reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration of inmates of Ghana's prisons into our society. This project has three key pillars of focus. First, being the football items and logistics, which we will shortly unveil and present to the prison service. And then the two other equally important pillars we'll be talking about would include coaching, refereeing, and mentorship programs for inmates and officers, as well as advocacy workshops to sensitize the public and the citizens of our dear country on the negative impacts of discrimination and stigmatization of prisons and prisoners. The project falls in line with the FA Foundation's objective of improving lives and livelihoods of people and football communities, as well as using football and its outcomes to effect change. And I'm talking about social change. In football, we learn that sometimes you can lose a match, but when you do lose a match, you need to try again another day. So we believe in giving these inmates a second chance to put their lives back on track. As the FA Foundation, we believe in football's potential to bring unity where there is hate, impartiality, and equality where there is discrimination. So, the first phase of our project will cover 6 prison facilities in our country. We'll start from here. This is our home, Boston home, the Greater Accra region. We will also take a short trip to the Eastern region where the Akuse male prisons will also receive us. We will also visit the Winneba local prison in the Central region. Again, in the Eastern region, there's our medium prison. Then we'll make a medium trek to the Bonoaf region where the Sunyani Central Male Prison and the Sunyani Central Female Prison will also receive us very soon. Part of the logistics we want to give away in support of this project would include jerseys, footballs, yellow cards, red cards, whistles, and of course, the very, very movable small goalposts. So each of our 6 partner homes will receive 2 sets of 20 pieces of jerseys, shorts, footballs, hose, and of course, goalkeeper's gloves for both inmates and officers. This will ensure more football games between inmates and officers, which will further enhance the close but very professional relationship prison officers have with inmates.
This is a very good gesture from the Ghana Football Association in the sense that it's going to facilitate and enhance our rehabilitation programs that we have for the inmates. You know, when they participate in such games, they also feel belonging. They have the sense of belongingness to the society. So whatever happens in the society, there's a semblance in the prisons, and that makes them overcome the boredom and then the stress that's accompanying their sentences in the prisons. So it's a very good thing that has happened to us today, and it will going to help our cause as a Ghana Prison Service. So yes, we have it on a very small scale, but this is going to help us to expand it and show up our sporting activities. You know, they say that healthy mind is always a healthy body. So if we try to enhance their physical wellness, it goes to enhance their mental also health, and that will help them to even participate more in the rehabilitation programs, embrace it, and know the need for us to work together as a prison system and help them also overcome their. But the most important is that it's going to help distress them. You see, whilst we do the rehabilitation, the workshop, the industries, tailoring, carpentering, and even agriculture, then they have recreation by way of playing football and then getting closer to, as I said, closer to society, because that sense of belongingness will come back to them. Yes, I'm highly indebted. As I said, I'm highly indebted to GFA Foundation for this. And as already been said, we are looking forward for it to permeate into other areas, prisons in the country. And I can tell you that this is going to help so much in the reformation, the transformation of our inmates, add more value to them before they even go back to the society because of this activity that we're going to have. Prisons, as we all say, it belongs to all of us. We in the service, we are holding the prisoners in trust for the whole nation, and therefore everybody is needed to come on board to support us manage these inmates and help them transform, as I said, change them so that when they come back to society, people in prison today could be your neighbor tomorrow. So why not come on board to help us to reform them and change and give them more values, better values, so when they come out, they will be a better neighbor to you. So I call on all of them to come and support us.
The national under-17 male side, the Black Starlets, finished fourth in the just-ended WAFU B under-17 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers after falling to Nigeria in the third-place playoff on Tuesday. The Black Starlets were aiming to pick the bronze medal in the championship against the Golden Eaglets, but a late strike from Abdulmuiz Adeleke gave Nigeria a 3-2 win.
I think that it's very, very difficult to accept. We've played our hearts out. The boys actually gave a very good performance. They poured everything in, but at the end of the day, I think that preparatory mistakes really cost us. But it's very difficult to take.
The 2023-2024 Malta Guinness Women's Premier League has successfully ended, with Ampem ladies and Hazakes ladies winning the Northern and Southern Zone respectively. SCM Socrates and Sea Lions are being relegated to the lower tier league, whilst Pepia ladies and Ashtown ladies are relegated from the Northern Zone. My colleague Matilda Jimedo wraps up what was a successful season in this report.
All too soon, the 2023-2024 Women's Premier League season has come to an end. We saw some thrilling clashes coming up in the Northern Zone as well as in the Southern Zone. The Northern Zone was a bit interesting, where a team that was relegation bound last season, that's Northern Ladies, coming all the way to the second position, just a 3-point short of Ampem ladies, who are the league champions in the Northern Zone. Apart from that too, we saw teams like Supreme Ladies, Dreams Ladies, Fusu, Royal Ladies, who are newbies, all coming in strongly and making it at the apex. So for me, I think the Northern Zone has been very interesting. Now coming down to the Southern Zone, what happened last season where Faith Ladies went down the wire with Hazakes Ladies happened again, where the last match at the Dansuman Karendorf Park have to be the decider between the two sides, and then at the end of the day, Hazakes show supremacy to win the zone and then set up a date with Ampem Dakwa again in the grand finale of the 2023-2024 Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. So for me, I think that it has been very interesting from the team side, from the club side, from the part of our sponsor, which is Malta Guinness, and then all other people who comes together, all other stakeholders who comes together to make the league successful. I think everybody has really done a marvelous job. We just await the 8th of June at the University Sports Stadium in Accra, where the grand finale will be decided, and we will know between Ampem Dakwa ladies and Hazakes ladies who get to go home with a trophy again. Coming from the women's decks at the communication department, it has been an interesting season for us.
The finals of the Women's FA Cup will take place on June 8th between Police Ladies and Army Ladies at the Legon University Sports Stadium. Police Ladies will look to win the competition for the second time after winning the maiden edition. Army Ladies will look to win their first major trophy. GFA News caught up with head coaches of both teams and their captains.
In football, things happen. We are not going to say we've been beating them in the league, home and away, so we are taking them for granted. This one is a cup match and it's a different ball game altogether. So we are preparing hard to face them. Although we are not going to take them for granted, that doesn't mean we are on pressure, we are under pressure. No, we are approaching this game with seriousness. Because Army have experience about this the FA Cup match, but we haven't been there before. So God being good, and this year is our turn. At least we have to make sure to win it.
We have the technical great men here with their direction and the knowledge impacted in us. I think that we will be fully prepared. They should be proud of us, proud of the team, proud of the nation itself, that we are going to give them nothing but the best. There is no man that goes out for a battle and doesn't feel pressure, but it takes one to determine by the work you have worked under, unseen, to trust yourself and to trust what you have. Knowing that whenever you are tired, you should consider that the opponent is more tired than you. That is the mentality that we carry. And with that mentality, I know we are going to beat them by the grace of God.
Football is about managing pressure. You know, everything from training to the touchline is all about pressure. Actually, my other name is pressure. So for the coach, it's up to me to make sure that I absorb all the pressure so that the team can relax and then play. Army have had better exchanges against us in the past 2 seasons. Last year, they beat us home and away. This year, they repeated it. But then you see the gap is being bridged. The team that we played with Army last year is quite different from the team that we played with them this year. And then the team that we're having now is actually different from the team that we played with them the last game. So it's a fairly balanced game. It's not going to be easy, but this time around, they are going to come in and they're going to face a different police team. They are ready. They need it more than us. They know the kind of work they have gone through. They know how much pain they have to go through. They know the number of sleepless nights that they have to endure because of extra work. They know the extra regiments that they have to go through. You know, they've sacrificed a lot. They've sacrificed a lot beyond, you know, humanity. Preparedness-wise, I think there cannot be any team that is more prepared in the world, more than the Police Ladies Football team for this FA Cup. The few who are our supporters, they should come. Whatever they have done so far in the season, in terms of sacrifices, in terms of patience, they should come and then support for the final hurdle so that we can all be crowned with success when we win the FA Cup.
To me, the who say a match is tough, am I? By your medium into your bed, your bedding couldn't. Baby, a best show movie, almost say 2 seasons in our master will leave him. By FA Cup, ready, they don't wait to back up for. Your coach is in a way you matter for that. Because Omasha about Omasha, you to my way. A quiet, the fast one, the bet me as one. They are prepared. Say a few so you don't wait to bed, a back up. Near me, what catch over say, Omumbra, no matter. Now, few idea, Jack up on a day. I'm a woman.
As part of the build-up to the Women's FA Cup final, the organizing committee will embark on a trophy tour to the headquarters of the Ghana Police Service and Ghana Armed Forces, whose teams will be competing in the final match. President of the Ghana Football Association, Kurt Edwin Simonukwaku, and officials of the Ghana Football Association joined the Women's FA Cup committee as they present the trophy to the top hierarchies of the Ghana Police and Armed Forces, respectively. The Access Bank Division 1 League enters match day 29 this weekend, and in Zone 2, top of the table, New Edubiase will be at home to Asekem at the Linkley Sports Stadium. Basake Holy Stars against Kimfesa at the Camp Park in Enyinase. Elmina Sharks against Park Academy. Mysterious Dwarfs will be at home at the Roberts Mensa Park to Rose Park FC. Future Stars will welcome Young Red Bull. Sky FC against Redrow All Blacks. Soccer Intellectuals against Seshi All Stars. And Venomous Vipers will travel to play in Zuma Kotoko. And in Zone 3, we have Accra Athletics coming up against Oko United at the Tema Sports Stadium. Koforidia Sempepi against Akachi All Stars. FC Nania will host Kings Palace. Atra and Device will travel to Akim Oda Sports Stadium to play Kotoku Royals. They'll be needing all the 3 points to catch up with Vision FC. Vision FC are top of the table, and they'll be hosting Uncle T United at the Ni Eje Kraku II Sports Complex. Hoho United against Susubribi. Nagot FC will welcome Home Stars at the Tema Sports Stadium. And the Theatre of Dreams in Deo will host that game between Still Believe and Golden Cake FC. With the Ghana Premier League gradually coming to an end, we have match day 32 this weekend. Accra Hearts of Oak will be at home to Nations FC at the Accra Sports Stadium. That game will be live on Star Times at the channel 247. Bechem United against Adriana FC will also be live on Star Times at the channel 247. Legon Cities will be at home to Bofakwa Tanom. Great Olympics will travel to Dr. Chase Sports Complex to play Asante Kotoko. That game is also live on Star Times at the channel 247. We have Nswatraman against Accra Lions. Bekum Chelsea will play Real Tamale United at the Golden City Park. Heart of Lions will travel to the Akum Park to play Mediama Sporting Club. Top of the table, FC Samatex will be at home to Gold Stars FC at the Century Sports Arena. And we have Dreams FC against Kerala United at the Theatre of Dreams in Dewu. Coming up next is Mo's Corner.
This Most Corner, my name is Shaban Mohammed. We start with the Malta Guineas Women's Premier League, where the final is set on the 8th of June at the Legon Stadium, where Ampem Dakwa Ladies, who topped the Northern Zone, will face off Hazakes Ladies, who are champions of the Southern Zone. These two teams have played in the final since 2020-2021. And away from the final of the Malta Guineas Women's Premier League, these are the general statistics after match day 18. We have 180 matches played, where the home teams recorded 78 wins, the away teams had 51 wins, draws 51, total goals recorded 396, the yellow cards after match day 18 442, red cards of 21, and these are the statistics for the Malta Guineas Women's Premier League. The top scorers, Ophelia Sewa Mponsa, scored a total of 15 goals for Ampem Dakwa Ladies, and she has the opportunity to increase her tally in the final game against Hazakes Ladies at the Legon Stadium. The second spot, Mukarama Abdullah, Hazakes Ladies, scored 10 goals. She also has the opportunity to increase her tally in the final game. Mary Rose Akuni of Northern Ladies scored 9 goals. Rose Gloria Adumakwan Amia of Fusuroya scored 9 goals, and Vera Bima of Army Ladies also had 9 goals after match day 18 of the Malta Guineas Women's Premier League. With the clean sheets table, we have 3 goalkeepers keeping a total of 9 clean sheets after match day 18, where Hazakes Ladies shot stopper Grace Banwa kept 9 clean sheets. Usman Uzema of Jonina Ladies also keeping 9 clean sheets. Alice Enin of Dreams Ladies keeping 9 clean sheets. Afi Aminoku of Northern Ladies keeping 8 clean sheets, and Grace Andor of Soccer Intellectuals keeping 7 clean sheets after match day 18 of the Malta Guineas Women's Premier League. Moving on to the Access Bank Division 1 League, we talk about the Zone 2 of the league, where we have Baseke Holy Stars, New Edibiasi United, and Mysterious Dwarfs battling for the qualification of the Ghana Premier League. Of course, with these 3 teams, New Edibiasi have had a feel of the Premier League, whilst Dwarfs have also had a Premier League taste. But then Baseke would also want to get their first feel of the Premier League, but they have their remaining games yet to be played. 2 matches to end the season in Zone 2. Baseke Holy Stars will face King Faisal at home and then play Park Academy in their second game in an away fixture. Then New Edibiasi United will face Asekem FC in a home fixture and then play Swedro All Blacks in their final away game. Mysterious Dwarfs will face Rose Park at home and then play Soccer Intellectuals in their away fixture. In Zone 3, we have Vision FC, Atram Divisa, and Hoho United also battling for the Premier League slot. It is just 3 points separating the first from the second, and Vision FC are leading the table, but then Atram are also giving a chase with just 3 points separating them. Vision will play their last 2 games against Angoti FC at home and play Susubilbi SC in an away fixture, and Atram Divisa will also face Kotoko Royals in an away fixture and play Kings Palace at home. Hoho United will face Susubilbi SC at home and play Akachi All Stars in their final away fixture in the Access Bank Division 1 League. This is the final push in the Access Bank Division 1 League. And to the Ghana Premier League match day 32, Heart of Oak will face Nations FC at home. And of Nations FC, of course, are newly promoted side in the Ghana Premier League. They are one of the teams that are yet to lose a game at home, but in away fixture, in recent times, they've been struggling to pick points. They face Heart of Oak at Accra Sports Stadium. These are their facts ahead of the game. Heart of Oak in their last 5 home games have managed the win against Heart of Lions 2-1, lost to Gold Stars 1-0, won against Karela United 3-1, lost to Accra Lions 1-0, and finally lost to Ediana FC 1-0. The last 2 games for Heart of Oak at home, they are yet to record a victory. For Nations FC, they are facing Heart of Oak in an away fixture, and these are the last 5 away games for Nations FC. They faced Kumasa Sante Kotoko and won by a goal to nil, and then lost to Real Tamale United 1-0, lost again to Heart of Lions 3-0, and were defeated again against Karela United 1-0, and finally tasted a defeat against Adriana FC 1-0. In the last 4 matches for Nations FC in an away fixture, they've lost all the games and are yet to score a goal, whilst Hartlepool in their last 2 home games have lost all the matches. So of course, it promises to be a very tough game on Friday evening. Away from the Hartlepool game, we are moving on to Kumasi Asante Kotoko facing Accra Great Olympics. Interestingly, in 2020-2021, the Kumasi Asante Kotoko home game against Accra Great Olympics was played at Accra Sports Stadium, where Olympics recorded a 1-0 victory courtesy Michael Yeboah, who had the only goal in the game for the Dade Boys. And then in 2021-22, Kotoko, through Frank Etuga Mbela, had 2-0 win over Great Olympics in their home game. And then in 2022-2023, the game ended 1-1 at the Kumasi Babara Sports. They will be facing at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex. In the last 3 matches played, Kumasi Asante Kotoko have recorded 1 victory. Accra Great Olympics also have 1 win, whilst 1 of the matches have ended in a draw. My name is Shaban Mohammed. This is Moose Corner, GFA News.
And that's how we end today's edition of GFA News. Before we go, Otto Addo has named his Blaster squad for the game against Mali and Central African Republic. GFA Foundation and Ghana Prisons Project has been launched in Accra. The Mortal Ghanaians 2023-2024 league season successfully comes to an end. I am Zainab Abubakar Bamba. Thank you for being a part of the show. Do join us same time next week. Have a good evening.